Tosca Colangeli, and I am the president for Kyndryl in the UK and Ireland. Kyndryl's presence in Ireland is really defined by this wide span of customers that we're working with. What we're really doing is helping them accelerate their digital transformation. I'll give you an example, for example, Permanent TSB. We recently are working in partnership with them as they move some of their critical workloads to a cloud environment. We're providing the design and the build and the running of those new workloads in that cloud technology. And that's just an example of how our presence in Ireland has been known for a number of years. The trends that excite me the most that we see in the market today are really that change has become the new normal. What we're seeing as we came out of the pandemic, that companies are having to rewire themselves to be able to adopt and to be able to accelerate, because we've seen the rate and pace of change. And because companies want to be able to continue to do that, they want to be able to be agile, they want to be able to adapt technology to be able to accelerate, to meet the change that we're seeing in the market. And when we look at the macro and the micro trends that we see, you can understand why companies are really wanting to make sure that the technology that they have in place, that bedrock, allows for them to be able to adapt and pivot. We like to talk about running the hearts and lungs of our customers' business. And one of the trends we see right now is something we call the advanced delivery. Advanced delivery is really the automation of common IT processes. By automating these common processes, we've currently freed up more than 3,000 Kyndryls. And why that's important to me if I'm a Kyndryl is because I then can move to the new technologies that we're embracing as an organization. You know, we announced our partnerships with Microsoft and AWS and Dell. I think there's 28 of them that we've done since we spun out. But if I'm one of those 3,000 professionals, to be able to be certified and develop deep technical skills in those new technology areas, that's really going to captivate me. And that's what's going to help us become a Kyndryl employer of choice. How do leaders harness technology to make their organizations more resilient and more able to change? The foremost focus on everyone's agenda continues to be digital transformation. But digital transformation isn't just about technology. It's about the culture of your organization. It's about the strategy, about your focus, about your purpose. We at Kyndryl have developed something which we call the Kyndryl Way. That's how employees are empowered. What is their sense of purpose? How do they feel? What is their mission? What is their focus? And what are the leadership behaviors that we want people to adopt? When we talk about being flat, we talk about being fast, and we talk about being really focused. And what we're doing is helping our Kyndryls, as we like to call ourselves, visualize being in a culture where change is the norm, because we're seeing so much change, there's more to come, that we can be flexible, that we can easily adapt the way we behave, that we feel confident, that we feel comfortable in doing that. Because I think when you have that mindset, when you have that culture, then I think you can pretty much adapt to anything. The advice I'd give to business leaders for getting the best out of their team would be, number one, be bold. I think having the courage to be bold is a really important factor today. And underpinning that then is investing in having a culture which centers around your people. And I think the third thing is giving oxygen to innovation. I think it's really important to make sure that innovation is prioritized. If you think about being bold, if you think having a culture centered around your people and giving oxygen to innovation, I think they're really good things to start with, because change is inevitable. But I think if you have those three tenets, then I think you can pretty much adapt to most things.